Today we're going to be checking out what is apparently Tasmania's best campsite.
It ends up being even better than we expected, with a platypus sighting and the chance of seeing the rare aurora.
I'm so impressed.
I am as well. I don't think we're going to be able to top this one ever in Australia.
I feel like I've seen this one a lot online and people are always like, this is an amazing free camp. And actually being here, I'm like, ah!
And having it available?
Yeah.
So this campsite's called Lake Rosebery foreshore. It's a little boggy getting in, but it did rain a couple millimeters in the last couple of days. So it's to be expected. And come have a look at this view.
So we reversed in for prime views out the back.
Yeah, we had to reverse the whole way through because I don't think there's enough room, or even if there is enough room to turn around here, it would take quite a bit of effort.
And because it's a little boggy, we didn't want to risk it.
Exactly. But
show us the view, show us the view.
It's pretty much like we have a houseboat. Because look at this, it's like straight drop into the lake. And there's barely any room at the back here because I reversed it up all the way so we can have the views of that beautiful mountain.
I think the mountain's Mount Murchison.
Yeah, this lake looks pretty nice to kayak on, eh?
I reckon we're gonna have to kayak on it because there's a waterfall like really far off in the distance that I want to go check out.
And we can actually hear from here. It's so loud.
Here's the boggy spot. We put some sticks over it just in case we needed to go over it. We didn't want to get bogged.
To, give it a little bit more
traction.
evenly disperse the force.
There's this main campsite which we're at, which is the prime spot.
Same with the track here. It's pretty gravelly, so even if it does rain, I don't think it'll get boggy.
Not too boggy. There's just certain sections.
Not that great.
And then there's another campground off here.
Yeah, which is much smaller and quite cold actually. If you stand there, it's very chilly.
And someone must have stayed at this smaller campground recently because there's raw eggs on the floor, there's human poop, there's wipes, there's tissues. It's people, please, if you're coming here, leave no trace.
Yes.
Not just for making it nice for everyone else, but for the animals and the environment. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like after our last video, we watched
with the platypus.
The Platypus Guardian, is it?
Yes, on no, not Netflix. ABC.
Seriously, like, if you want to do something to help the animals out, just make sure everything's clean. But also, I'm not sure if I'm correct saying this, but there has been platypus sightings at this lake.
Yes. Okay. So I haven't seen anyone post pictures of platypus, but I saw online that there could be platypus in here, so we'll keep our eyes out.
Even that possibility makes it worth it.
Yeah, definitely. If you come here, leave no trace. Seriously, don't be nasty.
It's actually a very, very clear day and it's super sunny, so it's very difficult to film, but we're going to check out the rest of the campsite and go further out to the main section.
Also, despite it being sunny, it is still very cold.
That's
Tasmania
true.
Is very deceiving in that way.
Yeah, I do feel like some days it has been quite decently warm though.
If you just like lay in the sun.
But I think it's actually perfect weather for what there is to do in Tasmania, because it's like adventure.
Exactly.
All that. It's like it's so good to hike.
Prime weather.
Yeah.
This is where we've just come from. It's like a little bit of a walk down there and we're right at the end with obviously the prime views. But when you come out, it actually has this huge area that you could camp in, just this huge gravel area.
It even has these little branches off that are nice little campsites and have like a little fire pit. I'm not sure if you can have a fire here. If you can, we might have a fire for the first time.
See, there's this little area that has nice views also. You could park your van like in front of these big rock things.
Boulders.
And then you could set up like a chair and come hang out down here. I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually think this is pretty good.
Right.
Like even less desirable sites here is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Because obviously we have been lucky because we're here in off season and we managed to get the prime spot. If you're in on season, I feel like it would probably be packed, right?
Yeah, it would.
But if you don't get that front spot, I think these are pretty good for, you know, if you're in the area.
Now this campsite is on privately owned land. It is owned by Hydro Tasmania, and it's actually really nice that they do open up to public to camp here.
Yeah, it's amazing. Also, I just realized, I don't think we said, you can stay here up to 7 nights.
Yeah,
Which is so good.
We're back. We just had lunch and finished uploading a YouTube video, the platypus one. And I think it's about time that we go for a kayak, because we haven't done it since Adelaide. So I'm gonna set up the kayak right now, and then Lydia will join me. It is a bit of a pain having to inflate the kayak manually. And you can get air compressors that are good for low pressure inflatables, but apparently they take like 3 or 4 times as long to inflate that it does compared to like manually inflating it. So typically Lydia and I would just take turns inflating the kayak, but I think Lydia's busy tidying the van right now, so I'm gonna do this. If I get puffed out, I'll take a break. And then I'll continue doing it, and then take a break, and then continue doing it, and then take a break. So don't judge me. Also, just wanted to say, the internet's pretty good at this campsite. Uploading the video only took about an hour, and the speeds that we got on our phone, because we don't have a Starlink or mobile broadband, we just use our phones. The speeds I got here was about 4 megabytes per second, which there's 8 bits in a byte. What's that? 32? No, yeah, 32 megabits per second download speed, which is actually pretty decent. That's one way to get your heart rate going. I also like to evenly inflate everything. So a little bit inflation, a little bit inflation, a little bit inflation. There's 3 different chambers to this kayak. It's really good. It's bulletproof pretty much. Well, not bulletproof. It's just a really good kayak. We love it. Oh. I'm so exhausted already. So Lydia will have to do a lot of the paddling. Hopefully we don't get the kayak too dirty, because we kind of have to conserve our water a little bit while we're off-grid, because we'll be off-grid for, well, it'll be about 2 weeks or so. So yeah, every milliliter of water is crucial.
While Wehan finishes packing up, here's our van, and then it seems like there's this little walkway that takes us straight to the water. So I'm guessing this is where we're going to bring the kayak, but pretty handy dandy. It's just a short little walk to the van.
What time is it?
Kayak time.
It is kayaking.
Bye, van.
Bye-bye, Van.
It's been a while since we've done this. I'm gonna have to try to remember how to actually kayak.
Don't worry, I've got us. The water's pretty still here, so it should be pretty cruisy.
It's really nice. The goal is the waterfall. Look at the bridge.
How, like, I'm just gonna put it out there, like, you really, like, the campsite's pretty and all, but, like, you really appreciate this location when you're on the water.
Yeah.
And you can see so much more.
I think the kayak and the drone give it like a whole different perspective. It's just really cool down here.
Oh yeah, take me there. What's it called?
I don't know. What do you want to call me?
What? I'll just kick back and twiddle my feet. Oh yeah, we're going pretty quick. Just with Lydia paddling. Look at that though. Look at that mountain and the bridge. I don't think you're allowed to go past that bridge there.
It's probably the damn wall. You probably fall off it.
Because, like Lydia said, there's a dam wall there. I think a dam, not a dam wall. Dam wall? Yeah, it's a dam wall.
Close.
Yeah, I think it is that way. I think there's like 3 different dams here. I don't know. There's a little boat ramp there as well. I like this place. Jeez Louise. Lydia, you barely even paddled and we're at the waterfall already.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
We're like halfway.
Like, more than half. Okay, yeah, we're halfway. This is, like, it actually seems like a big lake when you're in the van.
Massive.
But, like, well, I mean, from like one end of it to the other end, like the width, it seems pretty big. But it actually doesn't seem that big when we're on the kayak. Like, it's pretty cruising.
I'm glad you think the speed is good. Could you leave me a good Yelp review?
I'll leave you a good Yelp review.
You could book tours for me if you want. For a nominal fee, you can book a tour and I'll pay.
I stopped filming for one moment and you stop working and you're going, piggy dipping, stretching your legs out.
I made it to the waterfall. I should probably put my legs down. I'm gonna ruin this vlog.
You should probably steer us.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not straight into a log. Are we gonna crash today? Who knows? Oh yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I felt like we were getting sucked into the waterfall.
If you're thinking of booking with Lydia's Gondola Safari Tours, I would recommend not.
No! You wanna do it again?
No?
Alright, it's Wehan's turn to kayak and I get to sit and relax.
There's a new gondola. I wonder what they're called.
A gondola paddler.
Gondola paddler?
Gondola driver. I don't know.
There's a new gondola paddler in town. Like a big
Stop! Wait, let me explain. So we left the waterfall and then Wehan's apparently going to drive us to the bridge and then we're going to head back. Oh dear. Don't splash me!
I'm not splashing. I've lost the passenger in the boat. This is the first time I've ever kayaked on this kayak without you on it. I want to see how quick I can go real quick.
It's funny how it looks without me because it's way down at the back and the front's like lifted.
Look at like, this is insane how maneuverable it is.
I'm worried you're gonna tip.
I'm doing some
Donuts.
This is fun.
You're gonna scare the platypus.
There would be no platypus here, it's too deep.
Alright, we're back on land. It's time to pack this bad boy up. Wehan is prepping to cook dinner behind me.
Oh yeah.
But I just wanted to add, in case you're wondering, because obviously we've passed Cradle Mountain and you may be like, why have they not been to Cradle Mountain? It's like the most iconic spot ever. It's actually because there is snow forecasted for later next week. And we would really, really, really love to see Cradle in snow. So we're holding out. We've driven past Cradle. We literally drove past the road, got super excited. And we're like, nope, we're gonna wait until there's maybe snow. So fingers crossed the weather forecast is right and we get to see Cradle on a snowy day, because that would just be magical and amazing. Anyway, we're gonna go cook dinner.
that I have everything prepped, I'm gonna start cooking. We actually ended up getting a little butane stovetop purely for times where there's bad weather or we're at a campsite for longer and it has tree coverage so that we don't have to worry about the battery. And it's actually really useful and it's really cheap as well. Like, I think this plus a couple of canisters was like $30 or $40. So I'm impressed, I've gotta say. I just whipped up a big dinner because, you know, we did kayaking, so I think we deserve it. So we're gonna eat this and chill, and then, yeah, maybe we'll see you guys a little later.
No way. We spotted a platypus.
This has officially won the best campsite award.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
Right? Feeling really grateful this morning. Not only have we stayed at the most incredible campsite, last night we saw a platypus, and then out of nowhere there was an aurora.
Truly mind-blowing. I genuinely don't think we'll be able to top this campsite, like, ever.
This experience is just
yeah.
next level. And you know, with the aurora, we totally planned on making another video because the aurora was a bucket list item for us. So before coming to Tassie, we were like, oh, we should do a video on like trying to see the aurora. And then it just happened so suddenly. We got the notification in the group we're in and we were like, oh my gosh.
I mean, what a more like wild setting, like,
Yeah.
because the aurora is south, that mountain is south, so we're like popping our head out the skylight,
Yeah.
just like boop.
And we weren't 100% sure we'd be able to see anything, but we actually did.
Yeah.
We didn't film anything because it was literally just like us in pitch black trying to take photos.
And I was using that camera.
Yes, but we'll insert the pictures and yeah, I don't know. Just feel really grateful. This has all been so special and I'm happy. I guess thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.